We move along to our second amateur title fight of the night. This at 205 pounds, the challenger making his way to the cage right now, Christian Herbeck. You know, Chris kind of described him as the great unknown. He only has 3 fights so far. Get this, Gerald, he's won all 3. The longest that he's gone in any fight, 78 seconds. That's the longest. The shortest, 31 seconds. He just hasn't fought all that much because he's dominated all 3 fights so far.
Yeah, definitely an unknown here because this is the first I've heard of him, but like you said, the longest he's gone is 78 seconds in any given fight. That's a dangerous test for anybody in that cage.
Absolutely, all 3 wins. Well, one was by TKO, one a submission, one a rear naked choke. So he's got a bit of an arsenal coming in.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Alex Polizzi.
The crowd here at the Monona Terrace Convention Center still energized by Dante Sciro winning a title. Here comes the other half of the Paisan Powers. Right now, Alex Easy Polizzi, and in every fight that we have seen him in, and we have seen almost all of the fights that he has fought in, he has made it look easy. Gerald, this is one powerful fighter.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. You know, great wrestling pedigree. Definitely utilizes it in the cage, but he's not afraid to throw his hands, and he's got some big power, and he is always looking for the finish.
He is the current champ. This is his first title defense here at Chosen Few, coming off his win in Milwaukee that happened back in June. That made him a perfect 5-0 as he makes his way along with those tree trunk legs into the ring. As the belt is being displayed, we once again go back to our cage announcer, Chris Garrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next championship bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the amateur light heavyweight division and brought to you by Carbon World Health. First up, this man fighting out of the Harley-Davidson of Madison, blue corner. Undefeated, 3 bouts, 3 victories, 3 knockouts. He weighed in at 202.5 pounds. He hails from Oconto Falls, Wisconsin, and represents Oconto Falls Mixed Martial Arts, the challenger, Christian Herbeck. His opponent, this man, standing across the cage and fighting out of the Coliseum Bar, red corner. He stands in at 5 foot 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 201.8 pounds. He is undefeated, 5 bouts, 5 victories, 3 knockouts. He represents the Chosen Few and hails from Beloit, Wisconsin. He is your reigning, your defending, your undisputed, undefeated welterweight light heavyweight champion, Alex Easy Polizzi.
Polizzi has become a crowd favorite. There's a reason why. We talked about how quickly that Christian Herbeck ends fights. So does Alex Polizzi. And out of all the quick fights that we have seen so far tonight, we might be expecting this one to be the quickest.
Somebody's O has got to go, Rich.
And a big right from Herbeck, also a good left from Polizzi. Herbeck swinging wildly here and does get a quick leg takedown on Polizzi, who's able to get out of it. And he starts with the powerful blows into the face of Herbeck. Not a position you want to be in if you're Christian Herbeck.
Well, and you saw with Herbeck swinging for the fences right away. That's how his fights have ended so far. Unfortunately for him, he's fighting an experienced guy like Easy Polizzi.
And a suplex takedown from Polizzi, showing off the strength as he gains side mount. Wow, Alex Polizzi is so strong.
Yeah, but that was a real nice finish on that takedown, rolling through, coming up in the side mount position. Now he's up to full mount. He's just got to look to posture up, get a little space to land some strikes, and now his opponent almost gave up the back, but we're back to mount. Now we see him here posturing up, looking to rain down some leather.
Horrible position that Herbeck is in right now with a guy as strong and as good in the mount as Polizzi. Herbeck is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he almost spun himself into even more trouble there as Polizzi. He can do so much damage, and we have seen from this position some of the things he does. Usually uses those strong legs, and then with those hammer blows coming down, he can end fights quickly.
Great job from Herbeck there with the reversal. I don't know what Polizzi was trying to do, having that right leg kind of up like that. Can you explain that to us, Gerald?
For a moment from the mount, it looked like he was looking to set up an armbar, and then he switched it to a different position that I'm not really sure the name for it, but you have one leg posted up and the knee down for control, and then he was sitting for possibly a mounted triangle, but now we see here he's back on top looking to establish control. And again, with a guy who's also a wrestler and good at coming up to his feet, I wouldn't advise ditching a good secure position like the mount to go for some sort of submission where you end up on your back. Just stay right here, land the good punches, and soften up your opponent.
This is what we see Polizzi do. He will squeeze guys' heads with his thighs and then hit them in the ribs. We've seen him break ribs this way, and he's trying to do it again. This is classic Alex Polizzi.
The grimace on Herbeck's face right now, he is hurt, and he just looked at Al Wickers, our referee. He is in a lot of trouble and not sure what to do.
Yeah, he is not enjoying this. And right now, Polizzi in a position, briefly, he was in a position for a reverse triangle, but wisely deciding to stay on top. Now he's locked his legs up. Still don't think he's looking for the submission. Oh, now
he is right here.
He's got it. Still working to work the body and roll over on top, and there we go. Just
there's those ribs again, and that's going to do it. Alex Polizzi, this is what he will do to you. The power of those legs and those rib shots over and over again. So hard to withstand. We haven't seen an opponent come close to being able to stand the power of Alex Polizzi.
And now I wasn't sure if I saw it, Rich, but that was a tap out to that reverse triangle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Either that or the strikes to the body. I'm not sure how tight the triangle got. I honestly think it could have been just as much those strikes to the body as it was the triangle.
Could have been. I thought he tapped out, maybe not, as it was kind of hard to see. He took a lot of punishment in a short amount of time. As we take a look at Alex Polizzi in total control of this fight, almost made one mistake, but Gerald, he was able to recoup and regain dominance.
Yeah, it showed there briefly he kind of gave up the mount position, but as you said, he came back up on top, got that reverse triangle locked in, just dominated and punished the body.
Yeah, and there's the tap out.
There's the tap.
It was a tap.
Triangle.
Chris was right. He saw it. I thought that's what it was. And, yeah, Alex got that tap out. He was on top. And when he starts hitting guys in the ribs, and we've seen this before, the damage he can do. I forget the name of the fighter. About 3 fights back, he broke ribs.
Very slick submission.
50 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by tap out due to strikes. And still your light heavyweight amateur champion, Alex Easy Polizzi.
Polizzi ranked number 2 in the state of Wisconsin at 205. He is number 4 in the Midwest according to Tapology. I wonder who's number 1 at this point and would like to see that guy, because Alex Polizzi right now is on a roll and he makes it look easy. Love watching him fight. Let's hear from the champ.
Oh, come here. Chosen few now 2-0 in championship fights tonight. We got a new champion in our last bout and still champion in this bout. Alex, you did make it look easy once again. Still undefeated as champ. Tell us game plan wise how that fight went for you.
You know, I come out and do what I do. I want to make sure my opponents are fighting my match, and I'm just working on getting better every day. Get a little bit of help with that from some of my sponsors, Coliseum Bar, Harley Davidson of Madison, and In Gun Clothing, all helping me work on bettering myself, becoming a better fighter, and putting on a good show for all you people.
Now, an opponent like him that has 3 victories, all ending in just under 2 minutes for every fight, that's kind of a wild card when you're going in to fight a guy because you've never seen him really stretch out through a fight. Does that play into your training at all when you're going against a guy that hasn't really been past the first round?
You know, I know a lot of fighters out there can do a good job scouting and looking at other opponents, but I'm focused on me. I'm trying to get better myself, and if there's anything I need to work on for a fight, it's stuff that I've done wrong in the past, so it doesn't play much into my game plan.
Well, congratulations, you are still our champion. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give it up, Alex "Easy" Polizzi.
And a self-confident young man as well. Congrats to Polizzi. He defends his title. We now have 3 pro titles, starting with Alex Gilpin and his defense coming up next here in Chosen Few Fighting Championships, number 12 on 57 Sports.
Well, one of the best amateur fights you're going to see, and that would be Alex Polizzi winning the 205 light heavyweight title, and this is our retaining your title fight anyway. And this has just been, we talked about a different look, and now you're 6-0 in your amateur career. So do you make a plea, or what happens now? You win that. Is that like, hey, we got pro fights next, or what's next for you?
Well, you know, me and my promoter have talked a little bit about it. I just love fighting, man. I'm good at it. I feel like I'm doing a good job. So I'm going to try to go pro and just keep training hard, fighting with my guys at Chosen Few, getting better. And, yeah, hopefully I'll get some pro fights in the future.
You know, I was talking to some of the people at my tables. I was watching the fight, and you know, they're just like, "Man, Alex Polizzi is one of the best wrestlers, just pure fighters that we have here at Chosen Few." When you're on the amateur card, how much does that wrestling background help you with some of those takedowns and reverses?
Oh, I mean, just as you'd expect. I mean, wrestling background is huge for any level of mixed martial arts. You know, it helps control where the fight happens, and even though sometimes I like to work on my stand-up and boxing, it's always nice. It's reassuring to know that whenever I need that wrestling, I can pull it out and change the tempo of the match a little bit there.
And you know, it's always tough to quantify, especially right after a fight. But where does this one rank for you?
This was a pretty good fight. I've had some in the past, but I would say that this has been one of the better fights. Guy came out hard and got a reversal on me and just did a good job at lasting a little bit longer than some of my other fights that my fans have seen.
Well, keep your eye on this guy. That's Alex Polizzi. He wins his 205-pound title fight on 57 Sports.